Why should a student enroll in IB? An important question. The classes are more rigorous and students are challenged to stretch themselves in ways not always present in other programs and courses. To answer this question, we will look at results of research and experience of IB students. For years, IB has known that there have been benefits to this program. Within the last couple of decades, IB has started to commission and encourage studies that measure the impact of the program. Most of these studies are done by outside institutions. Much of the information is abbreviated in the handout Key Findings from Research on the Impact of the IB Diploma Program. If you want more in-depth information or additional studies, you are encouraged to peruse available sources at www.ibo.org/en/about-the-IB/research. First of all, studies show that IB student engagement and involvement academically in high school is improved. From the IB Global Policy and Research Department, in collaboration with the Center for Evaluation and Educational Policy, Indiana University, quote, IB students rated their levels of academic, behavioral, and emotional engagement significantly higher than non-IB students, unquote. This was also true when demographics were similar between control group and IB students. Examples of this are that for IB students, 63% had written papers of 5 pages or more regularly, compared with 49% of the general population. 53% discussed ideas from readings or classes with teachers outside of class, compared with 39% of the general population. 43% believed that their school had contributed very much to their ability to think critically, compared to 35%, and 26% strongly agreed they felt academically challenged, compared to 19%. From the Consortium on Chicago School Research at the University of Chicago, this exciting study involved implementing the diploma program in several inner-city Chicago school systems. The researchers studied, quote, high-achieving students in the Chicago Public Schools high schools who graduated from 2003 through 2007, 1,888 students who enrolled in an IB cohort in the 9th grade, unquote. Students in the cohort were compared with carefully matched control groups of students of the same demographic characteristics in schools without access to the IB program. The cohort students were, quote, predominantly first-generation college students, unquote, with racial makeup common in Chicago inner-city schools, 67% female, 33% male, 37% African American, 38% Latino, 14% Asian Pacific Islander, 15% white, 77% eligible for free or reduced price lunch. 62% of these cohort students went on to enroll in the IB diploma program in the 11th grade. Quote, the non-IB students in the study had the qualifications necessary to be eligible for the diploma program, unquote, which shows possible effects the program and program preparation had on the entire school population. They were 40% more likely to attend a 4-year college. They were 50% more likely to attend a more selective college. They were significantly more likely to persist in 4-year colleges for at least 2 years, compared to similar students who did not enroll in the IB diploma program. A defining statement of the study is, quote, never before in our work in Chicago have we seen coursework have an effect on college persistence. The fact that it has an effect 2 years after students graduate speaks to the kind of powerful impact the IB diploma program can have on students' trajectories, unquote. Next, IB students receive credit for IB courses at most universities. At the University of Utah, a student who receives an IB diploma is automatically awarded 30 hours of college credit, plus all general education courses except 2 are waived. That is a huge savings in time and money. However, there is more. At Hillcrest, we believe in both IB and AP. With AP courses, university credit is not awarded for the course itself. It is awarded based on the score of the optional AP exam administered in May. The great secret of AP is that a student does not need to take the course to take the exam in May. If a student receives the knowledge necessary from another source, they are free to register for the exam without taking the AP course. If you refer to the handout IB Class Preparation for AP Tests, you can see that preparation for 20 AP course exams is covered in the coordinating IB courses. 7 are covered 100%. Another 5 are covered 80% or above. For any of the courses, if the student informs the teacher that they would like to take the AP exam, the teacher will provide the material needed and help them prepare. We highly encourage students to take both the IB assessments and the AP exams. Although universities may imply in their written materials that they will not award credit for both IB and AP exams, our experience has been different. With both IB and AP assessments, our average credit awarded for both course and diploma students is 44 hours, or 1.5 years of college. Our records at various Utah universities include 60 credits, 69 credits, and 84 credits. Next, students who succeed in the IB program do better at college level than many other groups of students. IB students are more prepared for the college academic environment. Again, there are studies that bear this out. From the Educational Policy Improvement Center, IB standards align with knowledge and skills for university success standards. From SRI International, founded as Stanford Research Institute, 59% of students who scored 6 or 7 on an IB exam in a given subject earned an A in their first college course in that subject. From the IB Global Policy and Research Department, students across all income groups participating in the IB earned higher GPAs and graduated at higher rates than comparison group students. Quote, performance in the diploma program was the best predictor of college performance, unquote. From the IB Research Unit at the University of Bath in the UK, IB students were less likely to drop out for academic reasons and were more likely to transfer than to drop out completely. From the 2011 IB Diploma Program Graduate Destinations Survey, the average acceptance rate of diploma students into university and college is 22 percentage points higher than the average acceptance rate of the total population. The average SAT score of diploma program candidates who responded to the survey is 1,953. The average for course candidates is 1,794. The national average SAT score is 1,500. 97% of respondents felt very well or well prepared for future studies. Approximately 70% of all respondents would either actively encourage or encourage others to undertake the IB diploma program. It would be interesting to know when the students filled out the survey. Our experience with our graduates is by the time they reach the end of the first semester in college, nearly all say it was more than worth it to participate in the IB program. 65% of diploma students plan to study abroad during university years, and 51% intend to pursue a career in another country. Again, from SRI International, 71% of IB students enrolled in a 2 to 4 year institution, compared to 56% of the overall population. 67% started at 4-year institutions. 69% eventually ended up at 4-year institutions. Graduation rates for general student populations at universities has lately been of great concern. However, IB student university graduation rates are, within 4 years, 64% compared to 36% of the overall population that start at university. Within 6 years, 81% compared to 57% overall. Another reason to enroll. The IB program can improve chances of acceptance to select universities. This again is proven by research. Again from SRI International. Of IB students studied, 68% of diploma students and 61% of course students enroll in selective universities, compared to 53% overall, or more selective universities, compared to 36% overall. 39% of diploma and 21% of course students enroll in more selective research institutions. Students who received course scores of 6 to 7 enrolled at more select institutions at an even higher rate. From the Higher Education Statistics Agency in the UK. In the UK, students go to school until what we call the 10th grade. After that, students have a choice to go on an additional 2 years if they would like to prepare for college. Top students in those years are called A-level students, and the exit exams are A-level exams. Of those students, 20% of A-level entrants enroll at top higher education institutions, compared to 44.2% of IB students. IB students were more likely to achieve first-class honors and leave with an award. IB students were more likely to go on to further study, be employed at graduate-level jobs, and have higher-paid occupations. Surveys have been done of faculties at select universities in Australia and the UK. The results have shown that the majority of the respondents feel that IB students are prepared well for university, that their academic competence and capability is enhanced, that they are academically independent and mature, that they have an advantage in admissions and in academic achievement while at college, and they rated higher than A-level students in critical thinking skills, communication, self-management, and motivation. The following are comments from college advisors here in the U.S. From MIT, send us prepared students a la IB. It is the best high school prep curriculum an American school can offer. From Duke, one of the advantages of an IB curriculum is its structure and quality. It is a coordinated program, well established, well known, and well respected. We know the quality of IB courses, and we think the IB curriculum is terrific. From Princeton, the IB is a first-rate program, one we are familiar with, and it prepares students well for a university like ours. From Harvard, IB is well known to us as excellent preparation. Success in an IB program correlates well with success at Harvard. We are always pleased to see the credentials of the IB diploma program on the transcript. From the College of William and Mary, the rigor of the IB diploma requirements meets our recommendation for the strongest high school preparation possible. In sum, the IB diploma candidate who has met the challenge successfully receives strong consideration from the William and Mary Admission Committee. Admissions at select universities are based on a holistic approach. It is not at all dependent on grade point average and ACT or SAT scores. A committee will examine each application and look at it according to the following scale: a third on the strength of the schedule, a third on standardized testing, ACT or SAT, and a third the rank in their class. Nowhere there does it state GPA. The schools are more concerned about the strength of the schedule than GPA. A 4.0 student who took average classes has less of a chance of admittance than a 3.8 student who took a rigorous schedule of classes. This is even true now for both the University of Utah and Brigham Young University. Next, the committee will look at the application based on the following filter: extracurricular activities, athletics, clubs and leadership, service. Sound familiar? That is the CAS program. IB requires the CAS program because it knows that the qualities developed through those activities are exactly what universities are looking for in their student applicants. One of the families of several of our IB students told the story of their first 2 children. Both attended their local high school that did not have the IB program. Both were accepted to Ivy League schools. The parents accompanied the children to the orientation events for these institutions. During the events, there were receptions for all the students accepted from Utah. In both cases, their children were the only Utah students accepted who had not participated in an IB program. Because of that, they sent their last 3 children to Hillcrest to participate in IB even though they lived outside of Hillcrest boundaries. Ivy League schools do not award any credit for AP, concurrent, or IB courses. However, they do recognize the value of the IB diploma. It plays a huge part in the admissions process. A Yale representative stated that if they see IB on the student applicant's schedule, they know that that student has taken the most rigorous coursework possible. Harvard now has a program where an IB diploma recipient with a score of 30 points or higher has the option of being put on an accelerated schedule of completion of a Harvard bachelor's degree in 3 years, and the option of going the 4th year to complete a Harvard master's at undergraduate tuition levels. That shows how highly these institutions regard an IB education. Completion of the IB diploma can gain a student access to international universities. The IB diploma is the only internationally recognized high school diploma and is required by many universities abroad for admissions. Scholarship opportunities are greatly enhanced by IB experience. We have been keeping statistics since 2010 of scholarships offered to IB students from Hillcrest. The class of 2014 IB students, 113 course and diploma students, were offered $6,867,091 in scholarships. You will notice that all these statistics relate to course or diploma program students. The career program is only in its 2nd year post-pilot, so this year is the 1st year of graduates from the full program internationally. The results and benefits of the career program are yet to be seen. However, with the track record of the IB program, it is certain that there will be just as beneficial results in different areas for students who complete the career program. You may be asking yourself, is IB right for me, or is IB right for my child? Our experience has shown that these qualities make for a successful IB student: someone who is self-motivated, willing to work hard, desires an intellectual and academic challenge, enjoys learning and is open to new ideas and new ways of thinking, willing to participate in school and community. Nowhere there does it say a student with an IQ of 130 plus. Remember that this program was originally set up for any student who is willing to work hard and wants to get the best education for themselves. That is still the case. We have even had students with special needs find success within the IB program. We have compiled a list of frequently asked questions that we will quickly address. First, who may participate in the IB program, and what are the admission criteria? Anyone and none. The program is open to any student who would like to try. There are standards of maintenance to remain in the program once you start. It is advisable that from the time you are a freshman, if you have any interest in the program, that you sign up on our online IB registration that can be found on the IB program pages at hhs.canyonsdistrict.org. This puts you on our database, but it does not sign your name and blood to commit to the program. We are here to help guide you through your preparation for and participation in the program, and we cannot help you if we don't know who you are. If you register for the online IB database and later decide to do something different, that is not a problem. What expenses are associated with the IB program? When looking at the costs for IB, it is important to remember that these fees cover much more than just one test. Several assessments are included for each course. IB fees are only due the years when IB courses are completed, so no IB fees will be assessed until at least the junior year. The costs for 2015 are as follows, and they raise a bit each year. For individual courses, there is a registration fee of $160 each year assessments are completed, and a course completion fee of $110 per course. For full programs, there is a registration fee of $160 only paid once for both years, payable the first year of completed assessments. Also, course completion fees of $110 per course. Exceptions include no charge for theory of knowledge, extended essay, creativity, action, and service, personal and professional skills course, the reflective project, service learning, or language development. The full cost of the diploma currently works out to $820, and the full cost of the career program currently works out to $380, plus the career path certification and endorsement fees. These costs are a fraction of the cost for a year's worth of college tuition. However, we also know that those fees can still be a burden on many families. To help with this, our parent organization raises money each year to provide a financial aid program for IB fees at Hillcrest. Students apply anonymously at the beginning of their junior and senior years when IB fees are due. To date, we have been able to help each student who has applied up to 95% of their fees based on need. How do colleges recognize the IB diploma? Hopefully, we have addressed that. However, if you have questions concerning how specific universities will recognize IB courses, you can obtain that information by emailing recognition@ibo.org or search for International Baccalaureate on the university website. Recognition of the career program remains to be seen. How much homework can an IB student expect to have? The workload is about the same as honors or AP programs. Our experience has shown that the first quarter or first semester of the junior year is the most stressful. Students are being asked to think and respond in a new way. Honestly, the students are actually experiencing the freshman freakout, a term that is very familiar to students who have been to college. That first college semester, students have a hard time understanding what is expected of them. However, the IB program so thoroughly prepares them for college that IB students seem not to experience the freshman freakout during that first college semester. They experience it their junior year in the high school IB program, when they are living with you at home and have teachers who know them and are willing to work with them one-on-one. What about Canyons Technical Education Center and Jordan Applied Technology Center? Students used to have to choose between the technical education program and the diploma program. However, the career program now integrates both and is a perfect combination for those students who want to participate in the technical education program and an IB education. It is important to note that a student cannot participate in both the IB diploma and IB career programs at the same time. Can an IB student participate in school clubs and other activities? Participation in these activities is a must due to the CAS program. We do everything we can to help students participate in any activity or other course that they and their parents think they are able to handle. IB students are fully part of every area of Hillcrest High School. What are the class sizes? IB class sizes can range from 1 to 40 plus in a class. What this means is that even if only a single student desires a certain class or level that we offer, we will find a way to piggyback that class somewhere in the schedule, and the trained faculty member will do everything they can to prepare the student for the assessments. Our faculty has been extremely flexible in working with students to meet their individual needs within the curriculum. What special training do the teachers receive in order to teach IB classes? All of our IB teachers have received specialized international training in their area. Canyons District has been very supportive of providing resources to send these teachers to training. IB does a curriculum review and revision every 5 to 7 years on a rotating basis. Currently, we retrain teachers each cycle of revision. How can a student prepare for the IB program? The best advice is for students to take the classes most challenging on their own level, not necessarily the most challenging class, but the most challenging class for them. They are also encouraged to do their best in all academic areas. Although the actual IB classes are only taught junior and senior years, there are many advantages to students being at Hillcrest freshman and sophomore years as well. Because we are an IB school, Many of the IB philosophies are present in nearly all classes taught. Also, students may get a chance to work with faculty that will eventually be teaching their IB courses. Although we have had students wait until junior year to attend Hillcrest for the IB program, the social experience of high school is very important, and changing midstream is very difficult. We have found that it is easier for the students to establish social roots at the school as soon as possible. Is transportation available for students who live outside of the Hillcrest area? It is important to note that about 2/3 of our students in the IB program are from outside Hillcrest boundaries. Hillcrest is an IB magnet school for Olive Canyon School District. We also have students from other districts and areas that commute to Hillcrest for the program. Students who live outside our boundaries are not alone in that situation. Every year, the district has provided a bus for the southern end of the district that picks up and drops off at the middle school building on 115th South and 3rd East. We also publish a carpool list for those who indicate on registration they would like to be included. Most of our students outside of Hillcrest boundaries carpool. If a student is from outside Hillcrest boundaries, it is essential that they fill out and submit a Canyons District Standard Open Enrollment application immediately. This form is available at any Canyons District school and at the Canyons District offices. There is also an electronic copy available from a link online at the Hillcrest IB program handouts webpage. Hillcrest has the largest student population in the district, and we need to know as soon as possible if you are thinking of coming here from outside our boundaries. If you decide later to attend another school, the permit can easily be canceled. Other questions you may have may be answered by contacting the people listed on the following slide. Thank you for participating in this presentation.